It all began with a family lunch in a small town in Australia. 5 people gathered for the meal, and within days, 3 were found dead. As layers of the incident uncovered, it left a nation asking, was it a tragic accident or a calculated, cold-blooded murder? Amid all of this emerged an unlikely killer: mushrooms. On July 29, 2023, in Victoria's Leongatha town, Erin Patterson had invited her estranged husband, Simon, and members of his family to her home for lunch. She told them she had a health issue to discuss. It was meant to be a gesture of goodwill and reconciliation. Now, Simon backed out at the last moment, but 4 members of his family went ahead. His parents, Dawn and Gail Patterson, his aunt Heather Wilkinson, and her husband Ian. They were served beef Wellington, laced with deadly death cap mushrooms. The death cap mushroom, or Amanita phalloides as they're known, is believed to be responsible for 9 out of every 10 mushroom poisoning deaths. Just one mushroom can kill an adult. Now, they're said to taste pleasant and look similar to edible mushrooms used in cooking. From the look, feel and taste of a death cap mushroom, it is hard for someone who has eaten one to even know that they've been poisoned. But just hours after this meal, all 4 guests fell violently ill. Diarrhea, vomiting, liver failure. The symptoms pointed to poisoning from death cap mushrooms. Dawn, Gail, and Heather were dead within days. Ian survived, but had to spend nearly 2 months in the hospital. Now, the incident has raised suspicion, and a police investigation was launched into this particular lunch. Forensic investigation found traces of death cap mushrooms in the leftovers. Now, Erin told police that she used these mushrooms from a grocery store, but she could not provide receipts. She said that she too fell ill, but didn't go to the hospital, and her children, who had a separate meal that day, were unharmed. On November 2, 2023, police arrested Erin and charged her with 3 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. Her trial began earlier this year, drawing global attention. Now, Erin has not pleaded guilty to all counts, with her defense saying it was just a terrible accident. But prosecutors have presented a strong case saying that Erin deliberately poisoned her guests. The jury was told that days after lunch, she had discarded a food dehydrator which was used to dry the mushrooms. It was later found to contain traces of death cap mushrooms. Now, 3 friends who Erin Patterson met online have been called as witnesses in this trial. They were all members of true crime Facebook group along with Erin. And one of them described how Erin had posted to the group chat about her new purchase of a dehydrator to dry mushrooms for use in the food. The prosecutors also alleged that Erin traveled to 2 areas where sighting of death cap mushrooms was reported on a website. They claimed that the location details from her phone showed that she had in fact gone there. Before her death, Heather Wilkinson mentioned Erin ate from a different colored plate than the rest of her guests. But Erin still maintains her innocence. The trial continues. A trial the world is watching, centered on the most unexpected of weapons that you can think of.